And just a quick disclaimer, I know that Al Gore is in your top 10 list of people, and I will say that the parental advisory sticker that Tipper helped come up with, his beautiful wife,
yes,
that's on the sticker that says parental advisory, that has stopped every child in America from listening to dirty music. So I think we need to just move on with that.
Very good.
Okay, so on to point 21. Yeah. So the most dominating state dominates. Is that, we talking about Texas?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
Okay, so we're talking about our emotional state. And what is our emotional state? When we talk about emotional state, it's how we feel about ourselves and the world around us, or what we think is true about ourselves and the world around us. And so there was a number of studies that were done where they would have people come into a room in the doctor's office, says, wait out here, no communication. We want to make sure you don't communicate with other people. And so they brought this really depressed person in the room. And really his emotional state was really depressed. They brought 3 other people into the room that had a neutral state. 15 minutes, no communication. What happened to the depressed person? He was still depressed. What happened to people in the neutral state? They found that they started feeling down in life and their problems seemed bigger and they started slipping down that slippery slope of depression there, even though there's no communication going on.
I call this the political discussion. I know we talked about Al Gore, but let's look at it. Let's look at this bipartisan. Let's go bipartisan for just a second. I know people that are
bipartisan, not bipolar.
Yeah.
Bipartisan. Okay.
I know people that are irate about Republican policies, irate about Democrat policies.
Yeah, we're not.
And no matter what room you're in,
right,
they can irritate everyone with new information. Did you hear about what the Republicans just did? Did you hear about what the Democrats just did? And they will upset. They'll get everyone worked up into the state of like, we got to go to the White House, but we're not going to go to the White House. We're not going to fix anything, and so we just kind of get it worked up. And I've seen it work in a lot of different emotional states. I've seen people go into a room and make everyone sad.
Okay, so here's where it really comes in. In a number of these studies here, they really concluded to say the person with the strongest or the most dominant state, they are the ones that shift the environment their way. This is very important with you as an entrepreneur because you're going to have some blue Mondays. You're going to have some down Tuesdays. You're going to have some things that life seems to be playing the opposite. Everything you do, it seems like it just the opposite result. And you can have your whole team down in the dumps. Your whole team may be one other person. And they come in with a bad mood and they're down and they're depressed. And you're either the leader or the follower. And so with your state, you can literally shift. I mean, how many times have you walked into a room and everybody seems to be down and depressed, but you come in there and you're ready to take on the world, and just within no time, people that were quiet and to themselves, they're now talking, there's laughter going on. Your state shifted the room. This is very important for you and your business to keep people in a very positive, powerful state because that's where they can create and solve problems.
I used to, all the time with the new business, I remember Garrett worked for me, and I used to just get mad about it every 4th day. Because, a customer wouldn't pay their bill. Or I would, something bad would happen, or a competition would say something about me, whatever the business problem was at the time. And he'd be like, Clay, how you doing, man? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't even respond. Just,
yeah.
He's like, what's going on? I'm like, we have got a competitor that said this horrible thing about us to a bride or to a potential customer. I can't believe that. Why would they do that? And I would just be so mad. I would stay mad for till noon. And I would just look over and I'd notice he's all quiet. And then he wouldn't talk much all day. And the next day he'd come in. He's like, hey, man, is that going to get worked out? Are we going to be okay? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I'm so concerned, man. Are we going to be all right? And he thought that our company was going to go under because of this bad situation. And I didn't realize I was affecting his state.
Right,
and I just think what you're saying is powerful. And I think we all need to do a gut check after watching this and ask ourselves, are we projecting, and are we being the most dominant state? Are we being the most dominant and positive state?
Yeah, either you're leading or following. It's either working for you to build your business or it's working against you to destroy your business. So that's where you really, that going inward before you go outward comes back to that point where your leadership is going to cause your business to rise.